I want you to ask yourself one question, honestly. Without the pretty words you tell others, without the mask you wear every day. Are you happy with your life? Not, it's fine, I guess. Not, could be worse. Not, well, everyone's like this. Are you happy with your life? If you were happy, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be searching for motivation videos at 2 in the morning. You wouldn't be buying self-help books that collect dust after the first chapter. You wouldn't be subscribing to yet another channel promising to change your life. But you're here, and that tells me everything I need to know. Something inside you is broken, and you feel it. Maybe you don't say it out loud. Maybe you've even convinced yourself everything's fine. But deep inside at 3 in the morning when you can't sleep, you know the truth. You're not living the life you wanted. I am mentor, not a coach, not a motivator, not another guy with pretty quotes in front of expensive cars. I'm the voice you don't want to hear, the thoughts you push away every day, the truth you hide from behind TV shows, social media, and endless excuses. You won't like me. That's not my goal. I won't tell you that you're special, that you deserve better just because you exist, that the universe is preparing something great for you. That's a lie. A comfortable, sweet lie sold to you by people who want your money or your attention. The truth is simpler and more painful. You're not special. Not yet. You're one of billions. Another face in the crowd, another statistic, another person who was born, lived a life of quiet desperation, and died never knowing what they were capable of. This isn't an insult, it's a diagnosis. And a diagnosis is the first step toward treatment. Let me tell you who I see. I see someone who wakes up to an alarm they hate, goes to a job that doesn't inspire them, spends 8 hours pretending to be busy, comes home exhausted, not from work, but from pretending, turns on the TV or picks up the phone, scrolls, watches, consumes, falls asleep, wakes up, repeats, day after day, week after week, year after year, and then wonders why life is passing them by. I see someone who says, I'll start Monday every Sunday, and every Monday finds a reason why this particular Monday isn't the right one. I see someone who looks at successful people and thinks, they got lucky, they had connections, they had money, they had opportunities I don't have. Because it's easier to believe in someone else's luck than to admit your own inaction. I see someone who collects plans like others collect stamps. Business plans, fitness plans, plans to learn a new language, hundreds of plans and zero action. I see someone who knows exactly what needs to be done, knows they need to wake up earlier, eat less, move more, learn something new, save money, build something of their own, knows but doesn't do. And that's the scariest part. Not ignorance. Knowledge without action. That's a special kind of hell. Looking at your reflection every day and knowing you're betraying yourself. Again and again, this is you, or this was you, or this will be you if you change nothing. The question isn't whether this description hits the mark. The question is, what are you going to do about it? Let me explain something. You're not to blame for who you became, but you are fully responsible for who you remain. The system made you this way. Not a conspiracy theory, just a fact. 12 years of school taught you one thing. Sit down, obey, don't stand out, do what you're told, get grades for obedience, fear mistakes, fit into the box. You weren't prepared for success. You were prepared for submission. A convenient worker, an obedient consumer, a person who doesn't ask uncomfortable questions and doesn't go where they're not invited. Nobody told you how money works, how wealth is created, how power operates, how those who own everything around you think. This isn't an accident, it's by design. An obedient person who doesn't understand the rules of the game. That's the perfect player for those who created those rules. And here you are, a product of the system, doing what you were taught, working for someone else, spending what you earn, going into debt to buy things you don't need to impress people you don't like. But there's good news. You can wake up. Not everyone, but some. Those who still have a spark inside. Those who look at their reflection and feel they're capable of more. Those who are tired of lies, their own and others. Maybe that's you, maybe not. This video will show. This channel is not entertainment. I'll say it again because it's important. This is not entertainment. If you came here to watch another video, feel motivated for 5 minutes and go back to your regular life, close this video right now. I'm not joking. Close it. You're wasting my time and yours. I don't need viewers. I don't need subscribers who subscribe and forget. I don't need people who collect motivation like Pokemon cards. I need soldiers, people ready to declare war, not against an external enemy, against the enemy within, the worst version of themselves, the one that pulls them down, the one that whispers tomorrow, the one that finds excuses faster than solutions. This is Fight Club. But the fight is with yourself. First rule, stop lying to yourself. Second rule, stop lying to yourself. You will hear things you don't want to hear. You will feel anger sometimes at me, more often at yourself. That's good. Anger is energy. The only question is where you direct it. Motivation is cotton candy. Sweet, melts, nothing remains. Anger at yourself is fuel. It burns long. It pushes you forward when motivation died long ago. This channel is for those who are tired of their own excuses, their own fears, the endless later. For those who look at their life and understand, I'm capable of more. I know it. I feel it. But something is holding me back. This channel is for men who've lost direction, who don't know what it means to be a man in a world turned upside down, who are looking for a father figure, a mentor, a voice that will tell them the truth even when that truth cuts. For women who are tired of pink illusions, who want a real conversation about strength, money, and independence, who understand that real equality isn't equal rights, it's equal standards, tough standards. For the young, who were never taught the rules of the game, who didn't have a rich father with wise advice, who didn't have a mentor to take their hand and guide them through life's minefield. I will be that voice, not soft, not kind, but honest. I will tell you what your parents were afraid to say, what your friends won't say because they want you to like them, what you won't tell yourself because the truth hurts. But before you decide to stay, I need to say something. This channel is not for everyone, and I don't want it to be for everyone. If you're looking for comfort, leave. There's none here. If you want someone to pat you on the head and tell you everything will be okay, leave. I won't do that. If you're easily offended, leave. I will say things that sting. That's intentional. If you love spending hours on social media, scrolling through the endless feed of other people's lives, you won't survive here. If your evening is a gaming console, beer, and a TV show, you'll break in the first week. If you're looking for a magic pill, a secret formula, an easy path to success, you came to the wrong place. There are no easy paths here. There's only one path, through pain, discipline, and work. This isn't a threat, it's just a fact. The path I offer is the path of the samurai. The warrior, not the one who seeks battle, but the one who defeats himself every day. The samurai doesn't negotiate with weakness, doesn't bargain with laziness, doesn't seek compromises with mediocrity. He does what he must, every day, without excuses, without days off, without self-pity. Is it hard? Yes. Is it painful? Yes. Does it work? Yes. The question is, are you ready to pay that price? Let's talk about discipline. Because this word has lost its meaning. People think discipline is punishment, restriction, a cage. That's a lie. Discipline is freedom. Sounds like a paradox? Let me explain. A person without discipline is a slave to their desires, their impulses, their mood. They eat when they're not hungry because food is in front of them. They watch one more episode because they can't stop. They postpone what's important because they don't feel like it right now. They think they're free because they do what they want, but they don't choose what to want. Their desires are programmed by advertising, social media, their environment. They're a puppet jerking on strings they can't even see. A disciplined person is different. They get up when they need to, not when they feel like it. They do what they must, not what's easy. They control their impulses don't control them. They're free, truly free, because they're the master of themselves. Small things reveal big truths. A made bed seems trivial, right? But it's the first victory of the day. The first proof that you control your life instead of drifting with the current. Clean shoes. Nobody notices, but you notice. It's attention to detail. It's respect for yourself before others even see you. A clean room, clear space, clear mind, Chaos outside creates chaos inside. A fit body, not for others, for yourself, because your body is a temple or a dumpster you choose every day. These aren't small things. They're the foundation. And if you can't make yourself make your bed, how are you going to build an empire? Now I'm going to tell you something they didn't teach you in school. Something your parents might not have known themselves. Hard work won't make you rich. I'll repeat that. Hard work by itself won't make you rich. On the farm, the horse worked harder than anyone, woke up earlier than anyone, went to sleep later than anyone, pulled the heaviest loads, did the dirtiest work, and earned less than anyone. Why? Because it worked in someone else's system, by someone else's rules, for someone else's benefit. Look around. The most exhausted people aren't the richest. The busiest aren't the most successful. Those who work 16 hours a day often live paycheck to paycheck. And those who are truly wealthy, they work differently. They don't sell their time for money. They create systems that work without them. They own assets that generate income while they sleep. This isn't magic, it's just a different way of thinking. And they don't teach this in school. Because school wasn't created to make you rich, it was created to make you useful. For the system, for employers, for those who are already rich. I'm not saying work isn't necessary. Work is the foundation, but work without understanding is a treadmill. You run, you sweat, you get tired, and you stay in place. You need to understand the rules of the game, who created them, why, and how to use them in your favor. That's what I will teach. Not schemes, not scams. An honest understanding of how the world works, and how to claim the place in it that you deserve. Here's an uncomfortable truth. Most people watching this video will change nothing. I'm not saying this to offend. I'm saying this because it's statistics. In a week, half will forget they even watched this video. In a month, 90% will return to their regular lives. In a year, maybe 1 in 100 will do something real. And that's normal. That's how human nature works. We're programmed for comfort, for conserving energy, for avoiding pain. Change is pain. Growth is discomfort. Success is a price most aren't willing to pay. That's why most people live the way they live. Not because they can't, because they don't want it badly enough. Wanting it would be nice isn't wanting. That's dreaming, fantasizing, entertaining yourself with illusion. Real desire is when you're ready to give up comfort, approval, the old version of yourself. When you're ready to do what you don't feel like doing because you know it's necessary. So here's the thing. I'm not addressing the majority. The majority already closed this video, or will close it in the next few minutes. I'm addressing the minority. Those who are still here, those in whom something resonated, something familiar, something painful, something real. If you're still here, maybe you're one of the few. Maybe. I'll give you a promise, and I'll give you a warning. The promise, if you listen, not just listen, but hear and act, your life will change. Not in a year, sooner. You'll start seeing the world differently, making decisions differently, and getting results you've never gotten. I will talk about discipline, about money, about psychology, about how the world works and how your mind works, about how people manipulate you, and how to stop being a puppet, about new tools that are changing the rules of the game right now. Every video is a brick. Brick by brick, you'll build a new version of yourself. Now the warning, this will be hard. Not physically though, sometimes physically too. It will be hard inside. You'll face truths about yourself that you've hidden for years. You'll see your weaknesses, excuses, fears, and all their ugly honesty. You will get angry at me, at yourself, at the world. Good. Anger is fuel. Use it. You will want to give up. Return to comfort, to the familiar, to the safe. In those moments, remember why you started. Remember what you were running from. Remember the version of yourself you don't want to be anymore. And continue. We're coming to the end. And you have a choice. The first path. Close this video. Return to the feed. To TV shows. To your regular life. To tomorrow that never comes. Nobody will judge you. Most will choose exactly this. It's easy. It's comfortable. It's death. Slow, quiet, unnoticed. The second path. Stay. But if you choose to stay, listen carefully. Don't subscribe to this channel if you're not ready to change. This isn't a request, it's a requirement. The subscribe button isn't entertainment. It's a contract with yourself. A promise that you will work, that you will listen and act, that you won't give up at the first difficulty. Break this contract and you prove exactly what I said about you, that you're one of the majority, one of those who watch and do nothing. The like on this video, it's not for me, I don't care. It's for you. It's a bookmark, a reminder, a beacon. Because you will slip. That's inevitable. There will be days when you want to quit everything. When old habits pull you back. When the voice in your head says, come on, one day won't change anything. In that moment, the algorithm will bring you back here. To this video, to these words. To this moment when you decided enough is enough. The like is your future self thanking your present self for not forgetting. And one last thing. Write one thing in the comments. One, what specifically you're going to change. Not everything, not become better. Specifically, write it publicly. Now you can't hide behind the anonymity of your thoughts. Now it's been said, recorded, fixed. I will be here every week with a new strike, with a new truth, with a new challenge. The question isn't about me. The question is about you. Who will you be in a year? In 5 years? At the end of your life, when you look back? Someone who watched or someone who did, the choice is yours. But there's no time to think. The clock is ticking, for all of us. I'm Mentor. And if you're still here, welcome to the war against the most dangerous enemy you will ever face, yourself.